Hello everyone, my name is Rebecca and welcome back to my Pixel Quest where we're playing a blind playthrough, a totally blind playthrough of Ace Attorney Investigations, Miles Edgeworth. And we're at a pretty critical point in the second case where we're kind of trying to effectively accuse Ms. Meal here, but it's kind of turned about, hasn't it, in the way that this game does. We thought we were doing really well, and then the rug was kind of pulled out from under our feet and suddenly, very quickly, seems to be slipping away. So I'm very curious about what will happen from this interesting moment where, Francisca is basically on her way to arrest Ms. Tenero. Alright then, why did the culprit take the cell phone from Agent Hicks? This is the matter. Of course. It must have something very incriminating on or in it. Quick, look at the phone! I was actually trying to press the R button there. What now, Miles Edgeworth? Hey. Alright, so it's been smashed. It's been smashed. The LCD is broken. Without a screen, you can't even place a call with this. Really? Okay. Ah, it's a camera lens. Come to think of it, I wonder, how exactly was Agent Hicks planning to preserve the crime scene of a smuggling? This is exactly right. Like, he was going to take a photo of the crime scene. So when he stole, like, if he's the one who stole the key card in order to come down to the cargo hold for the first place, he wouldn't have, he would have had his phone on him. So the killer is the one who would have had to take the phone from Mr. Hicks's body. I suppose at which they also took the key card, so they could get into the locker. But yeah, anyway, that's very easy to imagine, that chain of events. Nice. Right, look, so we know that there's probably there's probably something really interesting on here. Can we look at any of the screen is only a little bit smashed. Come on. This must be the switch that opens the phone. Oh, that's so cool. Oh man, I miss phones like this. When did they start putting keyboards like these into cell phones? Hey, this is one of those computer cell phones that they started selling recently. Computer cell phones? When I say I miss phones like this, I just mean like kind of flip phone era phones, like just cool little objects. Yeah. Yeah, it's got a computer in it and it's a cell phone. Neat, huh, Mr. Edgeworth? All you need in a phone is the phone part, nothing more. I'm guessing yours can't even send out email. Talk about inconvenient. Do you have a problem with what I do and do not care for, Detective? No, sir. As they say, simple is best. Can we try to turn it on? I mean, there's nothing else to look at, right? I think that's it. Okay. Maybe that's enough. What now, Miles Edgeworth? It's not over yet. We have yet to figure out why the killer took the phone. What? Inside this phone lies the final piece of incriminating evidence that will point us to our killer. We need to examine the phone in more detail. I have examined it. Do you mean this bit, yeah? This must be the switch that opens the phone, which we've already discovered. But I've already done this. Do you want me to click on the same things that I've just done again? Ah, it's a camera lens. It's a camera lens I discovered 10 seconds ago. I wonder how exactly... Francisca, I need you to confirm something. This cell phone, can it take pictures? Mr. Edgeworth, I can't believe you don't know about this kind of basic stuff, sir. This looks like a very similar model to my own, and mine can take photos just fine. Do you think Agent Hicks could have taken some pictures with this? She said yes, in particular pictures as evidence for his smuggling case. If so, I'd say there may be some very inconvenient photos in here for our killer smuggler. But the phone's all busted up, sir. No, the screen just has a crack in it. Give it a go. Give it a try. Even a super prosecutor can't repair a broken phone. No, I'll find a way, don't you worry about that. Alright, I'm doing a real yawn. Might as well insert like some very real narration in there. May I go back to sleep now? The LCD screens on the inside and outside are broken, that's for sure. But that's also reason enough to believe that the killer wasn't able to erase the data. That's pretty insane. What? What do you mean by that, Francisca? It looks like our killer isn't very familiar with electronics. This phone still rang when I called it, meaning that only the LCD screens are broken. That's exactly it. It's possible that the photos are still inside, waiting to be accessed. All we need to do is transfer the data to my phone. Yeah, exactly, you have the same model. Francisca, your phone, if you please. I'm curious how they're going to transfer it. Very well, it's transfer. Oh, it just is transferring. Let's not talk about it. All right, displaying it now. Aha! This is... Agent Hicks was most certainly trying to obtain some evidence for his smuggling case. Hey, the Alif Reds are nowhere in this pic, sir. But this has no meaning as a piece of evidence in this murder case, right? Ouch, she's right. There's not much we can find out from this about Agent Hicks's killer, sir. Is this it? Is this the end? No, just try. Try. Is there really nothing in this photo we can use? Well, so we've got, let me just have a think. We've got the suitcase there. I don't think that that's it. I mean, there seem to be some totally different boxes there, but is that it? So it is just this photo. Alright, I guess we can look at some things, right? Or do we have to point straight to the thing? Do we have to point straight to the thing? So the railing, there's nothing is coming to mind. I'm gonna look at these boxes because what's all this? Yeah, this is the thing that's different. Oh, they are cargo shipped from Borginia to Zengfa. So the reason they aren't here now is that they were dropped off in Zengfa. Mr. LeBlanc, can you tell me about the contents of these boxes? Unfortunately, there is no English written on them anywhere. One cluster of boxes is written in Borginian. It says blah 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 blah. It is cloth. Aha! Cloth? Could it be? Is this where the killer... What? What is that scary face? Ms. Meal. Yes? It appears that Agent Hicks was no ordinary investigator. He left us with a piece of evidence, after all. A striking piece that will point out who his killer is. Ha! Maybe you shouldn't force your mistaken reading of a simple picture, Mr. Edgeworth. The Borginian cargo and this piece of evidence will point us straight to the killer. Well, I mean, I have to assume that they're talking about this. That the killer used this Borginian cloth that was in these boxes before they were transported, off the plane in Zengfa. But I'm still not... I'm doing so badly at this. I still don't see how that is definitive evidence that points to Miss Meal.
Take that!
And what is that supposed to prove? The killer used this piece of cloth to wipe up the blood they had spilt. But there was one thing that bothered me this whole time. Where did it come from? I mean, I always assumed it came from somewhere in the cargo bay. There's a lot of stuff here. And now I finally found my answer in this very photo. I mean, is it that the boxes are written in Borginian and only she can read Borginian? I get that, but it doesn't seem very strong. It just doesn't seem... Yeah. The cargo that was unloaded in Zengfa had cloth written on it. In Borginian, that is. And this is where the killer grabbed a piece from to clean up the blood with. I guess that's it. It just doesn't seem... I don't know, it doesn't seem very strong. That's right, the killer was someone who could read and understand Borginian. And the only crew member that fits that description is you, Ms. Chamomile. Ha, that's what I think, to be honest, Ms. Meal. Even though I'm sure that you're the killer, but I think that's kind of flimsy. The killer probably searched through all the boxes looking for something to use. When you're frantic, you don't care if the box is in English or Borginian. Sorry, but I cannot agree with your assessment of the killer's indiscriminate nature. I mean, yeah, neither can I, because I suppose they would have found evidence that things had been opened and whatnot. There was no need for the killer to tear through boxes at random at all. And if the killer supposedly could not comprehend Borginian, well then. Logically, the killer would have opened this box first. Yeah, the bedsheets one. I did feel like the bedsheets thing was gonna come up. Hang on.
Take that!
This, right? Hey, it says bedsheets in English right on the box. Precisely. And bedsheets would be perfect for cleaning up blood, wouldn't you say? So what are you trying to say? Yeah. Yeah, it's okay. I don't know. I don't know if I'd be hanging my murder case on this one. This box of bedsheets would have been what I would have spotted first. However, the killer chose to use some Borginian cloth. However, the killer chose to use it. Do you have an explanation for that? The killer didn't want anyone to know that the real scene of the crime was this cargo hold. So if they were afraid to leave signs that the box for the sheets had been opened... however, the Borginian cloth, well, that's a horse of a different colour. Because the killer knew that it was going to be unloaded in the Republic of Zengfa. That's right. That is why the Borginian cloth was used. And the only Borginian reader on board who could make such a calculated decision is you, Chamomile. You and you alone. Poor Ugo. It would be very easy for us to confirm if any of the boxes were resealed. All we would have to do is contact the Zengfa authorities in time. We may even find other evidence to incriminate our killer within those boxes. So what do you say, Ms. Meal? Why not confess your crimes here and now? Or would you rather wait and see what we find out from our investigation in Zengfa? To be honest, I wouldn't give up on that one. Oh boy. He was Interpol. I couldn't stop it. I brought him here. He started taking pictures. I couldn't be found out. I was scared. I was in trouble. Huh. So she brought him here. He requested. Huh. I... This poor guy. March 12th. We've finished making all the arrangements to take the suspect in, sir. Very good, detective. What about the smuggling route? Did she say anything about that? They're taking her down to the precinct now. Hopefully we can get more out of her there. Whenever we approach her on the topic, she just started foaming at the mouth. That sounds like most of the killers, most of the murderers in this game series. It was scary, sir. She probably wasn't prepared to commit a murder all of a sudden. One thing is for sure, the ring behind this whole mess means serious business. It looks like there's a lot more to this case than meets the eye. Oh, I just thought I could get a sip of coffee in while she was walking over. Mr. Edgeworth! I just wanted to say how much I appreciate everything you did. Thank you very much. It was nothing. In fact, I should be the one thanking you for your cooperation. But truly, if it wasn't for you, I might not be here right now. Instead, I can continue to serve our passengers as flight attendant. I hope that, well, please accept this as a token of my appreciation. That's... I see. You don't have to take it if you don't want it. No, I mean, I would never turn down a lady's generous offer. Oh, wouldn't you? Oh, thank you. I'm sure it will serve you well. And remember, we here at Goyu Airlines are always ready to serve, Mr. Edgeworth. Thank you, I'll keep that in mind. Making eyes at each other. Now I must bid you farewell. May all your skies be blue no matter where you go. Don't worry, Edgeworth only has eyes for one. I can't believe we wound up investigating the whole day, sir, but boy was it fun. Speak for yourself, my day was filled with earthquakes, elevators and false charges. By the way, where's Francisca? Oh, she's filling out some customs paperwork for her departure. Departure? Yeah, Ms. Von Karma's always really busy, sir. She's been flying from country to country to chase down some leads regarding her case. Detective, can you cancel the car I had you reserve earlier? You got it, sir. Are we going to chase her? Hope Springs Airport. Francisca. I thought I told you when you first landed. I have no time for idle chatter. I have no intention of wasting your time. However, it has been a while since we last met. I also have no time for such familiar reminiscences. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. You love it. You came back here for this. Just who do you think I am? You are Francisca von Karma, a very proud prosecutor deserving of much respect. Until only a little while ago, I was but a wretched mutt who was always losing to you. A dancing Piero, right? Living her life on the name and fame her invincible father built. True, your father, Manfred von Karma, didn't lose a single case for 40 years as a prosecutor. However, I wouldn't say he was invincible. I mean, of course not. He's, like, we got him. He's in jail. What are you talking about? I just had to pause and go and give my little fluffy kitty Pixel a little attention. He was doing some big mouths in the background. I don't know if you heard. What are you talking about? The group I'm on the trail of is a little more troublesome than most. The smuggling route we found this time is only one sliver of the big picture. Sounds like a dangerous assignment. You really don't have to worry. I can take care of myself. Yes, I suppose you can. Plus there is another agent on this case with me. Oh, another agent. He's a star among Interpol agents and has the highest success arrest rate. Who knows, you may... That's always the brag in these games. The brag is always someone has had no failings, like no failings as a defense lawyer, no failings as a prosecutor, no failings as, you know, an Interpol agent. Who knows, you may even run into him one day. I was simply caught up with this one case. I hardly see why we would cross paths. I suppose. Mate, just ignore me, Edgeworth. It's, you know, it's silly. I don't even know why I thought that. You're like, why would you run into this guy? But I doubt he would say the same. I'm not following you. You'll understand soon enough. The fight has only just begun, Miles Edgeworth. I'll be back in this country soon enough. And when I am, you can be sure I'll pay you back. In full. And just like that, she's gone, huh, sir? Thank goodness. I can finally rest easy knowing I won't have to watch out for her whip. Detective Gumshoe, I want to thank you for all your help and cooperation. It was nothing, sir. I was just happy to be able to work with you again. Ho ho! I think I'm going to celebrate by adding a little extra salt to my instant noodles tonight. Just how much did you cut his salary by, Francisca? Detective, I was wondering if you might give me a ride down to the prosecutor's office. Sure thing, sir. I'll even fly down the road in the patrol car if you want. Don't make me remind you, Detective. Safety first. Good on you, Edgeworth. Exactly. Thus, I solved the first case upon my arrival home. Francisca von Karma, the smuggling route she was after. The leaders of that ring had already put their trump card into play. and the player on the other side of this war, they would begin to make themselves known through the next incident. So the player on the other side, surely we're going to go back to the thief, is what I'm thinking. The crow thief. I've forgotten her name. Edgeworth speaking. Ah, finally. I called who knows how many times earlier, but I couldn't get through. And you are? Ah, have you forgotten my voice, Miles, my boy? Is it Von Karma? Mr. Amano? Ernest Amano, correct? I have no idea who this is. Ernest Amano? Ah, so you do remember me. Because he said my boy, I thought it might be a weird, creepy way that Von Karma is speaking, because he was... I think he was the adopted father of Miles Edgeworth, something like that. I know it's rather sudden, but I can't ask this of anyone else. There's been an incident, Miles. My son, he's been kidnapped. Who was this guy? I'm like racking my brains. Who is Ernest Amano? Do I know him from a previous game? I don't know. Maybe I'm not meant to know him. But the problem as well is, as I said, like most of the games that I've played, except for Chronicles, which is the one, set in a historical time period, and so it doesn't feature most of these characters anyway. All of the other games in this series that I've played in Japanese, just because this was, I was learning Japanese, and this was part of my language learning, and it was great. It was great. Part of that, actually, and I learned a lot of words, to do with murder and court cases that wouldn't otherwise come up. But that means that I often don't recognize who the English names might be quite different. Anyway, so maybe I do know this character, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure who it would be. I'm just trying to think of previous characters that I don't know. Let's see. That silhouette though is looking very familiar. Is that possibly... It's kind of reminding me of... The hairstyle with the two little kind of spiky peaks there is making me think of, from a previous game, the actor who played... a character. I can't remember the name of the actor or the character right now, but that's, if you know, you know. Let's do it. Case number 3. I'm so curious, I'm always so excited to see what's the deal with a new case. Like, where is it? Where is it set? March 13. March 13 is my birthday. Don't worry, Mr. Edgeworth. I'll be following your every movement with my binoculars. Good to hear. Now make sure you don't lose sight of me. I'm counting on you for backup. You can count on me, sir. I have to go. The kidnapper is supposed to contact me soon. Oh. So we're in the middle of like an exchange or a bust or something. Whoops. And that I would be the one who would have to make the ransom drop off. It's a little bit, you might be wondering how I found myself in this situation. Let's see. I checked that the money is all there, safe inside this suitcase. Oh, that is so Ace Attorney, is that we're now using the suitcase in a totally different sort of way. And, often in these games when an object or something does get used in another case, it actually is, they often find a way to use that in terms of, there's something that there's pre-existing knowledge about that thing that we're then able to use, in our investigations or, court cases or something like that. This is a really interesting setting, and it's got, like, the first thing I notice is that it's got the pattern of the mascot for the police, for the Japanese police here on the bridge. So that's interesting. So are we out the front of the police station? But that's kind of mad, because why would they have this kind of like grand infrastructure? I don't know. And also there's some very, very interesting bollards there at the back that either have a really cool design that I like a lot, or they've been splashed with, they're blue bollards and they've been splashed with like white paint or something like that. Except if they have been, the paint, it actually looks more like they're white bollards that have been splashed with blue paint from the bottom, which is very strange. And there's a fountain there that seems to have a Ferris wheel as part of its, whatever its centerpiece is. And I'm going to guess that the flower pattern there is probably also this character's face, but I don't know. Now all I have to do is await further instructions from the kidnapper, which I'm expecting to be transferred to my cell phone. I wonder who else is around. This is the meeting place, after all. Oh, cute. Yeah. Welcome to Gatewater Land. So we're in a theme park of this character. And this character is just the mascot for the police station, for the police forces. So that's really, really bizarre. Gatewater? Gatewater. Interesting. What a strange name. I wonder if there's going to be an explanation for that. And what have we got here in this fountain display? Houses, suites, a roller coaster, a Ferris wheel, and what looks like a hotel, like the Gatewater Hotel. Gatewater. So is this a pun on like Watergate? That's the only thing I can think of. Oh, thank you. And a big hello to you. I'm the Proto Badger. The Proto Badger? Nice to meet you. Proto Bee. Excuse me, but were you perhaps thinking of taking a picture of me? A picture of you? Sorry, but I'm not interested. Oh, that's too bad. Well, have a good day. Man, like this mascot's done very well for itself. Hello? Who are you? You're not Ernest Amano. It's really interesting the way that it's typed. So I'm assuming that what that's meant to indicate is that it's a like a modulated voice of some kind. It sounds like, yeah. If I had just looked at the text, it sounds like the kidnapper is using some sort of voice alteration device. I'm his representative, Miles Edgeworth. Are you a cop? No, So whoever this is, they don't know about us. And given that we seem to be quite famous and most people seem to know about us, often, criminals included. No, I'm a prosecutor. Well, that's pretty close to a cop, I've got to say, Miles. You basically are a detective. I know what you're wondering, and yes, I have brought the ransom money with me. I see. In that case, bring the money with you to the stadium. Where? A stadium is huge. Where at the stadium? So this person intends to see if I'm being followed, huh? Please, Detective Gumshoe, I really need you to come through for me this one time. Oh, we have so little faith in him. Ah, that's the, so that one at the background there that's now gone, that featured in some previous games. The kind of the wooden doll version of the mascot. This is a stadium? I'm going to say this is a dinky little stage, but okay. It is just a theme park. Edgeworth speaking, event schedule. So so this might be where the band comes into the game, because I've forgotten their name, but like there was a band that was talked about in some references in the last case, where like they had been on the plane and they had like sat on the chair, and so the chair was like had some reference to this band. Anyway, next, come to the haunted house. Oh, we're getting a little look. So anyway, before we move on, let's look at this scene that we have in front of us. So again, this mascot face is everywhere. Patrol. Patrol is written on a lot of the instruments here. I'm also just thinking... in one of the previous games, there was also a band that was heavily featured. And they were a band, like a rock band. I can't remember their name either. But they were a rock band that was made up of cops. They were a police band. Is this, because this has Patrol written on it, and all of this mascot is connected to the police, so is it the same band? An events schedule. Battle of the Magicians. We've had magicians as a major feature in previous games as well, so that's exciting. Oh my god, Max Galactica in Max Galactica is one of my favorite characters from all of the games that featured in a previous game in a circus setting. Troupe Gamerier, that's probably the English name of the circus troupe, I guess. And the Gaviners special concert. Is that what I'm reading? It's a bit small. The Gaviners. What is that? It does sound slightly familiar, but... And just how long do you intend to have me wander around for? That's for me to decide. So I'm preparing myself, for the fact that we might not see any of these characters. It's probably just a reference to previous games. But I'm just saying, I would go out of my mind if we get to see Max Galactica again. That's for me to decide. You don't have much of a choice here, my friend. I suppose not. I love that he got this suitcase gift, this sincere gift of gratitude. And he is immediately using it to give it away to a kidnapper. I mean, like whether that's his actual intention or not, you know what I mean? Like that's what he's choosing to do with the gift. I've arrived. Go inside. Oh, this is super cool. This is great. Huh. So a lot of smashed mirrors. I mean, that's not really how a house of mirrors is supposed to be. So something going on here. Creepy painting of a little girl pointing to a woman. So some smashed lights, some smashed mirrors. Has there just been a fight here? And obviously this armor has also been toppled. But does it also have a sword that's actually been pierced through it? What a dismal place. And obviously, like I mentioned, obviously the guy at the back there who might be dead or beaten up or something. The person, the whoever. That's it. Go through those doors. Am I being watched from somewhere? Are we not paying attention to our surroundings, Edgeworth? There's a person there that looks hurt. There's a person there that looks hurt. Oh my god, this game, previous games in this series, in the Ace Attorney series, have thoroughly trained me to pay attention to how many knives and forks and plates there are when I see them. And what leftover food is on those plates. So I'm taking note. But there doesn't seem to be any leftover food. Okay, there's a weird picture A weird painting of a well, I suppose there's a painting of a kind of weird looking guy at the back. I don't really know why I'm saying it's weird. It just seems a bit weird. Pictures. I don't know, a setting for 6 people. I mean, obviously I can't see things that are behind Edgeworth there. A clock. The time is 25 past. Oh, no, sorry. No, that's the minute hand. So the time is it's 5 past 5. I was hoping for an exchange, but maybe I should do as they say for now and not push it. I couldn't catch even a glimpse of the kidnapper. Perhaps I should keep an eye on this haunted house until police backup arrives. I mean, the fact that we're in a haunted house suggests that there are going to be all kinds of tricks to the environment, right? Like there's going to be like a hidden wall and hidden doors and oh no, that is so creepy. No. It picked up the sword. Ah, it was a trap. I mean, Miles, that's why I was telling you, like, look at the person in the background. Oh no. Have we been kidnapped now? That guy. Betrayed. Well, he was a kidnapper. No, can't be. Then the deal. Who is that? And what are they talking about? Split police. All right. In front of Mida. Okay, so this is somebody. We don't know who. I can't move my body. I fear I may faint again. Hang on. I just want to, now that I have a... Okay, so this other person is saying, that guy betrayed. No, can't be. Then the deal. Split police. All right. In front of meet up. Okay. Someone betrayed someone. Oh. Is that like a... it could be like a kind, well, you know, like a what do you call it? Like a mascot that, like a mascot that is a person in a costume walking around a theme park. I'm not sure what the name for that is, but is that the head of one of those things, or is that like a pillow, like a kind of a plushy pillow? So there's lots of different types of. There's lots of different types of this mascot. I'm waiting for them to tell me what its name is in English. But I'm just laughing because it also includes the creepy face one. Who would make that? It's terrifying, no matter who wears it. How long was I out? It wasn't raining like it is now when I made the drop-off. This was supposed to be a simple affair. Well, it's... Edgeworth. It's... You're dealing with a kidnapper... like doing a kind of exchange. Of course it's unlikely to be a simple affair. So why have I been taken hostage as well? I can only assume Detective Gumshoe lost sight of me at some point. The only reason I agreed to be the drop-off man was because of that phone call. It was from Mr. Ernest Amano, the director of the powerful Zaibatsu, the Amano group. I don't know this. So this is a new character. Then I mean, I don't recognize them at all. But aside from that, I owe him a great debt of gratitude. Do I know him? His only son, Lance, had been kidnapped. I know that Lance is already in his 20s, but I guess some things you never grow out of. Being kidnapped? Maybe this is something from a previous game that I don't know. Or I can't remember. Not sure. I can't sit around waiting for someone to come help me. I must escape somehow. No! I don't really know what that's meant to be from you, Edgeworth. Ha ha ha. Was that you making that funny sound? It was a funny sound. I agree. Who's there? And how dare you laugh at a gentleman's plight? Is this our thief? Oh, she's super cool. Who are you? Are you one of the kidnappers? Whoa. A kidnapper? Me? No way. I'm not into such petty crimes. So she's got the... yeah, like the scarf... the capey scarf. She's got the badge, which is the... It was like the three-legged crow, right? Which is kind of odd. And a big key. A big key. Nope, I'm after something much, much bigger. Blue I can see Blue Badger written on that sign there. Is that what this thing is called? Like this mascot is the Blue Badger? Huh. Ah, I must be worn out from today's ordeal. Focus, Miles. Oh, I forgot to introduce myself. Sorry about that. Ahem. Even in the depths of night, when no other bird dares to take flight. Well, it's owls, right? One alone soars to shine the light of righteousness on the world's blight. And that one is me, for I am the great thief, Yatagarasu. That's right. Great thief? And did she really just claim to be the Yatagarasu? Oh, but my real name is Kay Faraday. Maybe this is not the real Yatagarasu, because she does seem a little... I don't know. She does seem a little... I don't know. Rough around the edges, let's say. You can call me Kay, okay? Good, glad that's settled. Not quite. I have a mountain of questions for you. But first, if you would be so kind as to remove these ropes. I wonder, should I remove them? I was actually having a lot of fun watching you make those silly faces. We make a silly face. Hey, there's no need to get all mad and icy glare on me, you know. This rope goes through here, and there you go. What a relief. I owe you my thanks. Ah, it's okay. You can pay me back in full later. Now then, what question should I start with? Unfortunately, I can already tell nothing is going to be easy with this cheeky girl. Great thief. Oh, maybe I should have tried presenting my badge. Let's see if we get another opportunity. You call yourself a great thief, yet are you really a thief at all? You doubt me? I get it. You think that a young lady like me couldn't possibly be such a big-time thief, right? That's not the part I have a tough time believing. I am the real, genuine Yatagarasu, you know? Yep, I'm a pure-blooded great thief. It's a little something I inherited from my predecessor. In that case, you wouldn't mind if I arrested you then, right? What? Of course I'd mind. I haven't stolen anything yet. Seriously, I don't know how you can say such a horrible thing to your savior. That's true. Technically, she hasn't stolen anything in front of me. Yet. Alright, now is the time. Oh! So we've got our badge, and we've got... oh, theme park. Theme park! I'm very excited about this. I've said this before, I was so excited about the plane. I love these kinds of settings in this game, like, because there's so many interesting directions that you can do with them. You know, we've had like a circus, a movie. So a circus the circus was kind of similar to this, I suppose, in some ways, because it was sort of part of a wider fun park in a sense. But yeah, super cool. So I guess since the hotel seems to be the main thing that's called Gatewater, it's a Watergate reference for sure. Wild Wild West. I'm just having a look at some of the little details. Gatewater Land. A stadium. And then there's just various... Man, there's so much going on here. Look at that little pink truck at the back of the stadium. There's a boat at the back there. Like, where are we? So we appear to be on an island, and then there's the haunted house. And there's so many little offshoots and things. And then we've got the Ferris wheel up there, roller coaster, a couple of rides. Oh, there's a couple of the pink vans. And then the hotel in the middle. And some more rides and various things at the front. So cool. So cool. Map and explanation of park attractions listed. All right, let's present. Don't surprise me like that. I can't believe you're just shoving things in my face. I mean, aren't there more pressing things you'd rather ask little old me? She has a point. I should probably find out more about our mysterious savior first. I don't think that's a good point. I think we should show people our badge whenever we get the opportunity. When you say you're the Yatagarasu, do you mean you are the Yatagarasu? Yep, the most righteous of the righteous, the legendary great thief. I mean, it does seem like she's probably not. I mean, she said there was a predecessor, but I inherited the title only recently. So I haven't had a chance to steal anything yet as the second Yatagarasu. I was not aware that thieves could pass down their titles like that. But don't worry, I've got some big plans in the works. Big plans, huh? They wouldn't happen to lead to a big arrest, would they? I knew it. There's just no reasoning with a prosecutor. I'm not the problem here. She's very hard on her sleeve. I'll have you know that the Yatagarasu has no interest in stealing petty trinkets. There's one thing and only one thing I want to steal. Only one thing? And what would that be? Well, we've already heard the story, Miles. It's, evidence of corporate misdealings. But that's going to have to wait until we find our way out of here. Well, at least there is one thing we agree on. But why are you finding your way out of here? Didn't you find your way into here? I'm sure I'll have plenty of time later to learn more about you. So you never told me what your name is, Mr. Prosecutor. I guess not. I'm Miles Edgeworth. Aha! Now I remember. How can you remember something I just told you? But she sure is cheery. Alright, then Mr. Edgeworth, let's get out of here. So she is also trapped in here. Was she also captured and placed in here? It would seem that we are locked in from the other side. What? No way, I don't hear you. La la la. Kay, do you remember where you came in from, right? Okay, you do remember where you came in from. It looks like that might be our only way out of this room. Whoops, slight miscalculation. That's a good height to make an entrance from, but I can't jump that high to make an exit. I suppose we have no choice but to look around and see if we can't find another way out. Alright, so she's not a great help. We got some paint here. Maybe we can use this paint to help us escape. I didn't mean for this to be such an important discovery. I thought I was looking at something that was less consequential than other things. And what exactly do you have in mind? Well, we could paint help in really giant letters. And who, pray tell, would see these giant letters? We're inside a building. Okay, then how about we light the paint on fire and send out coloured smoke signals? Anyone who saw it would think some crazy arsonist was about and call the cops. Actually that may not be great for me, seeing as I'm a thief and all. Let's try to find something other than this paint to use, shall we? But noted about the paint. So we've got our phone. I'm not gonna look at that just yet. Man, why did they have to put the window sign so high up anyway? Well, you have boxes here. Can you not just stack a few of the boxes? How is a thief supposed to make her daring escape? I suppose we could make our way out if we were able to climb up on top of these lockers. Okay. We're getting there. We're getting to the realization about the boxes, surely. I mean, to be honest, they don't look like the sort of boxes that you would actually be able to stand on, but we'll see. Please don't ever place my name and the word thief in the same sentence again. Let's see. I wonder if I can jump and grab the top of this locker here. Man, why did they have to make such a ginormous locker anyway? Even if we wanted to use these lockers, we'd need some sort of foothold. Okay, so we're gonna have to have a realization. Let's look at the phone. Isn't this my phone? It looks like it made it through the ordeal intact. If only there was a way for us to contact someone on the outside. But we do have a way, right here. There was a cell phone in here this whole time. If I'm right, Detective Gumshoe should have contacted the precinct for backup by now. Mr. Edgeworth, sir, are you okay? I was so worried, sir. I'm fine. I was knocked unconscious for a spell by the kidnapper, that's all, and they were silly enough to not take my phone. I'm sorry, sir. I'm such a failure. If only I hadn't lost sight of you. Detective, we don't have time for this. Have the police set up a perimeter right now. You don't have to worry about that, sir. I already got the boys working on that. But in doing that, I sorta... What's wrong, Detective? Sorry to butt in, but I'm afraid you're going to have to make do with me. Gumshoe! Who is this? Shi Long Lang of Interpol. Oh! But why do we not get to see you? A pleasure to speak with you, Mr. Edgeworth. I've heard a great deal about you. It's impossible, I think, well, I don't know how other people feel. It's impossible for me to not be very suspicious of this person, especially the fact that they are not showing how they look. And it's immediately making me think that is the whole thing that somebody from Interpol is involved in the smuggling ring. I don't know. So why exactly is an Interpol agent like yourself involved in a domestic kidnapping case? Don't sweat the details. A crime's a crime, whether it's on a local or a global scale. Yeah, but that's not the question, dude. Besides, you're the one who's in a world of trouble. And why would you say that? Langzi says, the pack that runs together stays together. You catch my drift? You caused quite a ruckus by running blindly into a situation and then getting caught. You should have contacted the police from the very beginning. I'm sorry that this happened because of a lapse in judgment. However, I humbly request that you please help me out of here post-haste. Sorry, no can do. What? We're hunting the kidnapper now, but I haven't got any hands to spare. As I said, my pack moves as one. You're the one who wanted to go it alone, so good luck to you, Mr. Prosecutor. Oh, and once we do catch the kidnapper, rest assured we'll come find you, eventually. You... What's wrong? Did you get cut off? No, my phone ran out of power. Oh, that was really amazing timing. No way! It doesn't matter anyway. We should try to get out of here through our own means. Alright, we should try to get out of here through our own means. Yeah, I have a name to live up to, after all. If we put our heads together, we're sure to find a way out. Alright, let's take a look at this thing. What is this? Looks like the Bad Badger, and it's looking as bad as ever. Is it called... Oh, like they had... Okay, so each one of them have different names. This is the Bad Badger. Looks like a costume head to me. I guess the Bad Badger's costume is, at the very least, a two-piece, huh? The real question is, why is only the head sitting out here on the floor? Costumes separate into head and body. This head was left in the isolation room. Hey, there's something inside the bottom right box. Oh, I think it's a pink badger costume. Pink badger? You don't keep up with what's going on in the world, do you? In that case, you'd better study up on the whole badger clan with this. Okay, right, so these distinctions between the different types are... Oh, proto-badger. That's why they said proto-badger before. That is... Alright, so the blue badger is definitely... That's the head that I know from previous games. The proto-badger? So is this meant to be that this was, literally like this was one of the... This design was was the prototype design before the final blue badger design came into play? That is horrifying. It is awful. Alright. The Bad Badger is a vile criminal with a gun, but I like the Bad Badger. The Bad Badger looks great. Bad Badger is awesome. And then Pink Badger. Note her unique pink bow. Okay. I will. Thanks, game. I'll note that. Blue Badger, an ally of justice who keeps the peace. I'm also gun obsessed. I've also just noticed that the Proto Badger is also gripping its own suit a little bit in a weird way, which is disconcerting. And what... So with the Pink Badger, they're saying note her pink bow, but actually what the hell does she have? Oh, she has handcuffs. She has handcuffs. That is mad. And then the bad badger has different pants. Has beige pants. Whatever. I suppose I can keep it as a reference guide or something. I suppose. The Blue Badger Bible. I suppose this means that this is where they keep all the costumes. It certainly looks that way. It looks like the Badger family's home. There are 8 boxes, but 7 of them are empty. And there's a key to the lockers, which means that 7 of the costumes are in use right now. So maybe if we use the key to open the locker, maybe we can use the locker interior as a step. 7 of the costumes are in use by now. All right, so there's some doubles to work with then, but there's only 1 pink badger. But aren't these badgers the mascots of the police force? Well, I heard that the police had a hand in sponsoring this theme park, probably because the Gatewater Group owes the police from all these cases they solved. That is so bizarre. That is a bizarre relationship. They have all the power of the state and they used it to make a theme park. I love how he knows nothing about this. It's not just any theme park. They have a handcuff-shaped double looping roller coaster. That's quite enough. I'm feeling... Oh, excuse me. That's quite enough. I'm feeling woozy from just the thought of such a thing. I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious-looking nook and cranny. Let's look at this. Key. Except, I am thinking that, is there something else that I want to look at in the meantime? Hang on. This is the beam I was tied to. What's up? I was pondering if perhaps we could make it over to and out the window if we climbed this. Good thinking. And if it's climbing action you need, just leave it to me. Thanks. This little hook looks like it might make for a good foothold. To where? Up you go, Kay, and good luck. Count on it. The great thief Yatagarasu spreads her mighty wings and takes to the skies. Here I go. As I thought, this beam was definitely not made for climbing. There is a hook on this beam, but it's not enough of a foothold to climb out with. Okay, so it sounds like we're probably going to have to talk about. We're probably going to have to reason whether somebody else was able to get out of here or not at some stage. What do you mean? As I thought, I'm not your guinea pig, you know. They're holding a Blue Badger photo rally? You didn't know? Plus, it's not just the Blue Badger; it's his whole family too. Take a picture of every member of the Badger family and receive a prize. There's only one of each of the 4 family members wandering throughout the park. Best of luck. Well, I don't know if that's true, because there are multiple heads. And 2 of the heads are in this room. Well, there's a costume head sitting over there. Why not start with a picture of that? You can't do that, that's cheating. There's only one of each badger in the park, so you have to work for it. Speaking of badgers, there was one sitting against a wall in the haunted house. So we did notice that. Seriously? But somehow I don't think that one counts, Mr. Edgeworth. You have to take pictures of the costumed ones walking around the park. Okay, so there's going to be... So it's really interesting, like we can sort of see some of these elements coming together and clearly there are going to be other people potentially out there taking pictures of where these are. So it's going to be like there's going to be an accounting of who is who and who is where and when, you know, between all of these bits of evidence. That's really interesting. So those are the rules of this game. How quaint. There's only one of each badger in the park. Try to get the whole badger. Well, that's what it says. We don't really know. Cool. Well, I think that might be all of the thing. We can talk to her? The kidnapping. Do you know where the person who kidnapped me went? Well, after they locked you up in here, it sounded like they went into the next room and started talking to someone. I feel like I heard something as well, but it's all a haze in my mind. However, I do recall that the kidnapper was talking with someone. It was just a guess before, but I guess I really am dealing with 2 kidnappers here. After that, they left. It almost seemed as if they were done with you. I suppose that is the case, as my kidnapping seems like an afterthought to the $1 million. Well, if they went into the next room, let's see what we can find out through the slot. Oh, we can peer into the room the kidnappers were in from here. Yes! I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious looking nook and cranny. That's exactly what I'm doing. There's a door on the opposite side that appears to be the same as this one, which would mean that I can probably assume that these two rooms are very similar in structure. I believe I may have just found our ticket out. Yeah? Is that what I think it is? Looks like the kidnappers had an escape tunnel prepared just in case. That's awesome. They're like a bunch of great thieves themselves. No, they're not, because I highly doubt they made the tunnel themselves. The floor panel was removed and propped up against a beam in a very specific way. The panel is held in place by a hook. The entrance to an underground room, perhaps. Okay, so does that mean we have one of these in our room? Man, these kidnappers are terrible. They left me with my phone. They left me in a room, like, with a great thief, or or some kind of thief, supposedly a great thief. And they've left me in a room that is the mirror opposite of a room that I can look into to see that there is a hidden trapdoor in the room. I think this building was originally built with a basement or underground area. I'm guessing that this thing here is very conspicuously blocking our vision, so I'm guessing there might be something interesting behind it. There is a beam in the next room identical to the one in this room. There's even a hook on it to hold a propped up floor panel in place. Which reminds me, did you find something useful, Mr. Edgeworth? Perhaps. I may have found a very handy hint to how we'll get out of here. That's that though. Great. Alright. So I know that we'll probably do something with looking under this tarp, but I've got to look at this key. And what have we here? Like maybe the key will unlock the... Oh god, how are these guys so bad? How are they so bad at their job? Why do I feel a laser-like stare aimed right at me? Did you want to take a look? Well, don't mind if I do. Oh, I see. Yes, this is definitely a key. I'm sure it's a key to something. She's just starting out. The something is what is relevant to my interest. Alright, I thought it was going to be... Oh, we look at these again? Look, it's the blue badger. I suppose even this thing can be... Oh, we can look at all of these. You know? What in the... Why is she beating it up? He's got the word badge right in his name. There's nothing but bad news for someone like me. And to think he's out there wandering around in this park. I'd better be careful or he's going to arrest me by the power of his name alone. I somehow doubt that the blue badger has the power to arrest anyone. Well... So this is the blue badger's rival, the bad badger, huh? Do you feel some sort of reverence towards this badger, Kay? Huh, I can't believe you would be so stereotypical when it comes to thieves. Surely you must also think there are much cooler and cuter ones out there, right? That's it. I've decided that thieves and thievery need an image makeover. Good luck with that one. This is that blue badger I met at the main gate. Oh, so that was also the one at the main gate. Awful. Awful badger. Terrible. Excuse me, but his name is Proto Badger, not Blue Badger. He's based off the very first design created by the local police chief. You know, when you compare the two, the Blue Badger looks a bit cuter. I suppose as he continued to redesign him, the chief managed to make him cuter and cuter. Even humanity has come a long way when you think about how much we've evolved. Are we comparing the Blue Badger to humans now? I suppose this is the Pink Badger. But since it has the same design, doesn't it seem forced to call this one a female? You think so? I mean, just look at how long her eyelashes are. That's exactly... exactly this terrible, terrible thing that people have long done. You know, have like one female character and it's got pink and it's got longer eyelashes and a bow. Just terrible. And the fact that she's pink. Yes, and her lips are red. See? Lipstick. What? She has nothing to say about the giant pink ribbon, or is that too obvious? No. Okay, that's it. Alright. Well, I thought that we were going to be opening the locker with the key and using that to climb up, but somehow now, in fact, maybe we've got to do this. Yeah. Okay. We've got all of our pieces. All of our pieces are amassed, ready for our amazing logic connections here. Okay. So, open floor panel. Beam I was tied to. This has got to be the first one. Bam! We've just had a thought. This hook on this beam. You know I already tried it. There's no way I can jump from this hook to the window. Come on, even you have to admit when something's just not possible. Ha, I wasn't about to suggest that again. Rather, that it is here for a different purpose. Really? Like what? As you saw in the adjacent room, it's clearly for keeping a floor panel propped up, which means that there should be a panel in this room that we can open as well. Oh, I get it. We didn't notice its existence all this time because it was being hidden by this tarp. Alright then, let's fold this thing up and see what's underneath. Now this is what I call a treasure. Okay. Well, lockers and tiny key is the next thing that occurs to me. I don't know what to do with costumes. Oh, no? Okay. Hang on. Well, in that case, do I need to look at this thing? Okay, I need to look at this first. Wow, this must be another entrance to the secret hidden basement. I totally smell treasure. The scent I wish to smell is the sweet fragrance of freedom. Then what are you waiting for? Hurry up and open the hatch. Alright. This thing is locked down tight. There we go. Oh, fiddlesticks. Okay, now is the time for logic. Dun dun. I believe you're up, Kay. Huh? Why me? Because we need to use the tiny key that you've taken quite a liking to. Alright, gotcha. Just leave it to me. I love the tense feeling of these moments when you're about to uncover something big. I believe the feeling of freedom would be much more satisfying right about now. Alright, I got the secret door open, and now... Dang. Ah, wait! Wah! Are you alright, Kay? I'm fine, the ladder just slipped is all. Thank goodness she's alright. I about had a coronary. There's a lot of really large machinery down here. What about an exit? She put the ladder back. It's really dark and cramped down there, so I really doubt there's an exit. Oh, I can't believe that happened. You have only yourself to blame for leaping before you looked, you know. But now we have access to a ladder. No way. I mean, how was I supposed to know that the ladder is removable? There we go. So now lockers and underground ladder. We can connect them. I figured out how we will escape this prison, Kay. Oh, so how are we going to bust out? It seems that your reckless actions were of use after all. Are you actually praising me? More of a thank you for giving me an idea regarding this ladder. The underground ladder? What about it? This ladder isn't just for those who wish to go down. Oh, I see. If we use this... Yes, I believe it's long enough to reach the top of those lockers. Well then, what are we waiting for? Brilliant. That was quite cool. There's a lot of little fun elements in there, and a lot of things that'll set us up for the rest of the case. So on this note, I'll have to leave this episode here, but I'm so excited. I'm so thrilled that we have another really, really interesting Like, I'm sure that the case itself will be interesting, but I'm really excited to know that we're going to be, this is all going to be playing out in this fascinating theme park. And already, just at this early stage, we've had this fascinating kind of little locked room mystery with a lot of different elements. We've been getting, we've been kidnapped in a haunted house. So this is completely tantalizing. This has got all of the best, all of the exciting elements of a really fun murder mystery, but also a really fun Ace Attorney narrative that's about to play out. So super looking forward to the next episode. I hope you are too, and I hope you're having a great day, and I will see you in the next episode. Thank you very much. Bye bye.